Hey guys, it's Nick here. I just wanted to share a small insight that I had this morning. It came up with two of my clients, and it's all about how to make sure or how to better walk your path of least resistance. So one of the clients that I was talking with, we were talking about how she had guests coming over later in the day for dinner, people she hadn't seen in over 20 years. And her fear was that things had to be perfect, right? So her mind or her ego had painted this picture of how everything had to go so that things would be perfect, right? The play settings, the meal, the way she had to have the conversation. So the mind drew this picture of the path to the perfect unfolding of the visit. So, the ego painted this one path, right? And in her attempt to walk that path, there would be some inauthenticity, right? She wasn't being her true self because she was busy being the person or was thinking about or going to be the person that her ego believed she needed to be for things to go smoothly, go perfectly. Now, there's always two paths you can take, right? There's the controlling, laid out path that your ego has set out, believing that this is the perfect path. But there's another path, and that's the path of least resistance. So there's also the path that your inner being has set out for you. And in order to better walk that path, it's about allowing yourself to be the authentic you, right? So there's the path that our mind sets out, and then there's the path that our inner being sets out. And remember, our inner being obviously knows the best suited path for us, obviously is leading us down the path of least resistance. And you can't walk down that path of least resistance if you're busy being somebody else. If you're busy catering to everybody else's needs before your inner guidance or before the guidance you're receiving or what's best for you, right? We're a society of people pleasers. And one of the major contributors to us not following our inner guidance, not staying on our own path, is this belief that we're responsible or that we need to please others, right? And, of course, if you follow Abraham Hicks, you've learned that or you know that other people's emotional states aren't our own responsibility, right? But again, knowing it and practicing it is two different things. So one thing that I remind people is that when it comes to pleasing others or lifting other people out of their shit, we'll call it, by lifting them out of it, by becoming their crutch to happiness, they're not experiencing the benefit of their own contrast. Because that contrast is there to serve them. It's there to help them grow and expand. And if you're pulling them out of their contrast, there's two things that are going on. A, you're potentially taking yourself off of your path of least resistance because you're not doing what you should be doing. You're not putting yourself first necessarily. And B, you're not allowing them to receive the benefit of their contrast, which allows them to grow and expand and move beyond it themselves, right? So a few things to consider. So what I suggest you do is take some time and think about how often in your day are you receiving inner guidance? What's the inner guidance you are receiving? And how good of a job are you doing following that inner guidance? And how much time do you spend compromising what's best for you or compromising your own inner guidance in favor of pleasing or lifting up somebody else? So something to think about. Any questions, any comments about this video, post them in the comment box, post them in the Facebook group, or reach out at thealignment.academy using the contact form. Ciao for now.